chat. Here we go. It's a rematch. Not often do we go back-to-back here with matches this quickly. Mawkzy and Atow playing, I think, earlier last week. Atow just came off of a show match against Feer, in which he was looking en fuego. Atow was absolutely on fire. And after playing in that match, he wanted another one. And Mawkzy has streamer benefits, where basically he went live in his chat, relayed that he really wanted a rematch. And he has gotten it because of those streamer benefits. Mawkzy versus Atow. Mawkzy was looking like he was coming back from a bit of a break in his last match, which was after he came back from his, oh my goodness, almost a precision flick, from his subathon. It was his first stream back, and I think his first time playing back. But the thing about Atow is he is looking elite right now. It's just a question of whether or not he can get into a match with a player who can give him a good one. And there's a very limited list, and not all of them are playing ones right now. So Atow might just be untouchable for a bit. We'll have to see. Or maybe Mawkzy's a bit more warmed up. And maybe this best of 7 is going to go a little bit more in favor of the Frenchman than it was last time, as he's able to tie it up 1-1 just under a minute into game 1. Atow touches the backboard. Follow-up from Mawkzy. We'll make it a 2-1 lead. Wave dash kickoff win for Atow. We saw him using that a ton in his previous match. Mawkzy was a guy who, once upon a time, dominated at the wave dash kickoff. I think he was a bit ahead of the curve when it came to using it in 1v1. And since then, a lot of players have caught up. And Mawkzy isn't really necessarily, a step above in using that wave dash kickoff. Lots of players able to match him. As Atow's going to steal away this air dribble. Now he needs the landing to put it on target, and he couldn't quite do it. He had to fly out around the ball and get there in time to tap it on target. Instead, he has to play it off of the landing, and Mawkzy's able to recover. Atow reset low, save, and that's actually going to be a strong save, and should be a counterattack for Mawkzy as he'll go up 3-1. Have to place those shots high. If you allow defenders to get saves low off the ground, they're able to line up and launch the ball as a counterattack. And will often be able to quickly score. Mawkzy on the kickoff, going to make it 4-1. It was a wave dash from Atow, but I was looking over fixing something. I didn't see if it was a wave dash from Mawkzy. He will wave dash this time, as Atow goes standard and pushes the ball into the blue half. Atow couldn't get to the ball, but recognized if he just turned away from it, he could demo Mawkzy and get a clean possession, which he has now on a very aggressive dribble. I say because it has a ton of forward momentum. Atow did not recover as nicely as he would have liked. I think his brain got mixed up there. He was trying to dash his way maybe out of the top of the net and went the wrong way. Not that he would have been able to recover anyways. I think Mawkzy was likely scoring either way. Atow flick over the top of Mawkzy for his second goal. Mawkzy has looked much better at the start of this series. Listen, Feer, I've got an amazing plan. Say to Rawas Atow is unbeatable right now, and then Rawas will think, there's only one man who can be the best, and that's me. Then we can see Rawas versus Atow. Rawas will win, and I can say, wait, I gotta stop the scrolling. And I can say to my friend who supports KC that his team is washed. Please read this, or it will be a waste of time. Well, Mawkzy's gonna score again. It's gonna be on an air dribble reset. And unfortunately, in order for your devious plan to work, it does involve Atow beating Mawkzy, I would think, in order to try and claim that number 1 spot. Whereas Mawkzy is up 6-2 and seems to have recovered from whatever was going on in that previous match. Nice catch from Atow to be able to cut this on the near post. Mawkzy on 0 boost in reverse. It's never a great sign when you're doing this much reversing, Atow punishes him for it. Mawkzy grabbing the attacking boost. Atow sent that to the backboard. This should just be a play for Mawkzy. Great recovery from Atow. Actually, a pretty solid play from Mawkzy to try and avoid getting caught up with Atow and still get a touch on the ball. That wasn't strong enough to score. Atow's looking for the angle. Mawkzy makes the save. And so what a save from Atow. As it was not going to be easy with 0 boost recovering to net, but Mawkzy had the perfect read. Atow now in the dribble. The reset gives it the oomph it needs at the end. And Mawkzy trying to hold on to a lead he gained early. Up 2 goals with a minute 15. Mawkzy just going to steal this setup away. Atow way too strong of a touch off the sidewall. Mawkzy sticking around with his 12 boost. Can't really afford to let Atow take that immediate possession. Although he's almost sure that Atow will eventually get control just in his back corner when he's gotten some time. There's that demo. Atow, maybe one of the only guys who's more physical in ones than Mawkzy. Mawkzy loves his demos to create space and give himself opportunities like this one, but Atow is doing it even better than he does. This is quintessential Mawkzy normally. An initial shot, a follow-up demo, and then use that to score. Atow does it while having to jump to connect on the demo as well. Why have you typed it twice? Tanko7 said, Feer, how do you watch so much pro 1v1 and are still bad at ones? how do you watch? You're watching pro 1v1 right now. Why aren't you good? But there you go. Now you don't need to keep typing it. I have read it for you. Mawkzy not going to be able to react to this air dribble reset. Oh, Atow. He might be tying this game up. This is a must-win game, I would almost feel like, for Mawkzy. Considering the way the previous one went, and the fact that he had this lead that seemed secure for so long, he lets it slip away at the last second. Could be a bit tilting. Mawkzy 50s it to the ground. He was not prioritizing even scoring. He was just forcing it down by all means. And he ends up winning game number 1. Game number 2. Mawkzy and Atow. Mirrored wave dash kickoff fails, it looked like, at the start of this game. As Mawkzy just gets bumped right as he times a jump. And that sends him so far out of the play. This really shouldn't be that strong of a bump, but Mawkzy played into it. And Atow will take the lead. I like how you guys are just missing on your copy paste. you're grabbing so much extra stuff and you're not even worrying about fixing it. Some guy said predicted Atow Shaw-in-law : predicted Atow 2-month subscriber, 2-month badge, Prime Gaming, ad lot at Tallahassee. You're failing. You're failing. Atow, who denied on the first, but not the second off the kickoff. Bypassing unique mode. Did someone put unique mode on? Because it wouldn't seem that way. Mawkzy attacking through the air. Hard first touch, sending himself to the ceiling. Has the reset. Goes low 50. Was maybe trying to fake Atow out. Credit to him for staying strong the whole way, being able to make that save. Now a single jump bump does not connect. Long shot from Mawkzy is there. Atow did his best to recover. and try and break it up, but didn't get there in time. Mawkzy to the ceiling, gets a demo instead of a double as Atow would clear it away. Great catch though. Good corral from Mawkzy. It's a guarantee he scores here. Little power slide catch. I'll have you guys know that I not once bring up milk whenever Mawkzy's on. It is you guys who start spamming milk. So which one of us is really obsessed when you think about it? As Mawkzy's backflip challenge gets himself the 4th goal. Mawkzy, ball to air dribble again, or really mostly that ceiling reset. He likes the strong touch and to use the flip from the ceiling, but this time he lost it. Atow gonna get an easy one. And once has advanced to a place where you really have no choice but to try and mix in at least a little bit of this aerial play, because you might see, you know, Mawkzy getting an end result like that and think, oh, Mawkzy, you know, he really shouldn't be going up for that ever if he's ever going to give free goals. But if you don't do that, it just makes the game so much harder. So it's a risk you have to take. And if you play it as good as possible, maybe you never give up a freebie, but oftentimes it's just a trade-off. Atow going to get a demo and tie it up as Mawkzy attempted to stay in control of the possession. Mawkzy or not, I've got an amazing plan. I've heard about the plan. Chat. Atow with maybe his first lead of the series, actually, as he falls from the ceiling and uses the front flip, the tail end of his car. Mawkzy trying to save his 12 boost to be able to launch this flick, and actually got him a goal. And that's why it's so important to be frugal with every last bit of boost you have, because he does not get this play without using every last bit of it. Mirrored wave dash kickoffs. Mawkzy wins the race to the midfield, and Atow didn't feel like there was anything he could really do with possession, so he does back off, and now Mawkzy on the air dribble bump. Atow just pool shot saved, and the ball is on a platter for the long shots. And this is why you need a decent amount of speed for your bumps. Mawkzy comes in for the bump with not nearly enough. Atow was almost going faster, so he's able to launch him away. I think he might have flipped into the bump as well, which helped a lot. And then pool shot the save. Now that's probably a mistaken kickoff, I would say, from Atow, but he fixes his mistake with a bump, and a long shot is actually past Mawkzy. It's a 2-goal lead. Atow, strong touch to get this to roll all the way off the ceiling and be playable. The flick is soft and controlled, but into the top right and in for a goal. And all of that is made possible by that first touch, which isn't easy as he tries to go collect the midfield 100. Most players are, you know, rolling that ball up in their control to get the perfect start. Atow just boomed it and planned for it to roll off the ceiling in order to start his dribble, whereas most dribbles start how this one just did, in his control the whole way. Mawkzy pre-jumping convinced him to change up his dribble and ultimately lost his scoring chance from it, but now he'll reset in the back corner. The double jump. Mawkzy's probably going to get bumped if he isn't careful, but he does get around it, and he might even have a long shot to get his 6th goal. Mawkzy forcing this one through. Past Atow's wave dash. Nice catch from Mawkzy. We saw him get, a similar goal, but with no defender in net. This time he doesn't even let the ball hit the ground. Power sliding around it. Perfect first touch to enable this flick. And he gets into the flick so quickly. It's not easy to position your car and be flicking within a moment of catching it. And Mawkzy does exactly that to get his 7th goal. Oh my goodness, he had too much on that one. As he diagonal flips to send it past that left post. Now hook shot. Atow can't stop it. It had the power. He took a trip out to the corner boost and actually thought about an early aggressive challenge, but ultimately turned to shadow, and maybe a slightly slower shot he saves. But Mawkzy is going to be able to tie this game number 2. This feels like a game that Atow needs to win. It felt like he was in control, but Mawkzy has erased that lead that he was having or holding here late. Now Mawkzy off the wall. I think it's really just a formality. The ball falling far away from him. He can't just let it fall. He doesn't want to really try and make something happen out of it. Oh no, Atow, he needed that goal. Wait a second, Atow, he tried to play quickly off the bump. It seemed like he was going to go up 9-8. Instead, he just missed his open net. He got a demo though. So a really good scoring chance now, although Mawkzy spawned on the correct side, doesn't matter. Mawkzy might have been able to interfere with this play. We're going to watch it from his perspective. That's tough. Really tough to get a read when you respawn. The ball is directly over the top of you. So Atow's going to have a 1-goal lead with 14 seconds. Mawkzy trying to save his 24 boost. Might cost him. Atow was able to force it through on the wave dash. I mean, not even sure that Mawkzy really even needed to use the boost. He was in reverse, but he was just trying to stay patient, stay grounded. Now he needs 2 goals in 8 seconds, and it's not going to happen. You can see the camera spam from Mawkzy as he knows that one needed to go straight in if he stood a chance, and it did not. The long shot won't make it there either. So Atow going to tie up the series 1-1. Last time he got started on a hot streak, and Mawkzy got a game late. Could this be the only game for Mawkzy? We'll have to see. Game number 3. Atow and Mawkzy. Missed wave dash kickoff. Mawkzy does well to recover and turn it into a bump, though, to not allow a goal. As Atow will flick over the top of Mawkzy. You can see him starting that dribble with ball cam on. He just read this challenge perfectly. Oh, it was a fake challenge too. A power slide to make it look like he was turning around, but Mawkzy planned on attacking the whole way. Mawkzy front flip pop to set this up and land on the wall. Not as clean as he would have liked, but clean enough to get the air dribble going. And Atow cannot make the play off the back wall. Mawkzy chaining some dashes together. Little camera check to see what Atow is up to. As he tries to play this passively now, a huge pop. Going for the back wall double. Atow did not have that sidewall covered. Maybe. He might have. He doesn't commit because he sees it's wide. Mawkzy will reset. Another carry. Mawkzy is dangerous in this position. You cannot let Mawkzy get to this spot too often. I mean, Atow is similarly, if you're allowing him to go to work in the air, you're going to have a really tough time. And if you let Mawkzy get a ball carry, you are playing against him in hard mode. And it's already hard enough to play Mawkzy. Mawkzy couldn't get to the midfield, chaining some dashes together to try and stay relevant up here on offense. 0 boost to work with, but Atow actually lost the ball, and so Mawkzy's going to be able to take it away and grab 100. Has a reset, pops it over the top of Atow, but without being able to follow it up, it's not going to fall in. It goes across the net. Mawkzy pinching with Atow the length of the field. Now Mawkzy, great read. Jumped off the wall, made it seem like he might be coming to the ground, and was trying to counter Atow going high. Basically, Atow fakes high. Mawkzy counters by potentially falling down to the ground, so Atow resets back down to the ground, and then Mawkzy uses flip as late as possible to connect. Now a 4-1. Mawkzy with a bit of a cushion. Atow going to get a kickoff goal to stay in this game. Wave dash kickoff from Atow, gets everything he could have wanted. Actually decides not to take the ball off of that setup. That setup is, you know, slightly off the wall, but it's still free for a guy like Atow historically. Seems to be maybe trying to switch up his attack here. Although he did not get much out of it, and now Mawkzy back the other way. Has to flip around to not slam into the post. And is it enough to recover in time? It's not. Atow has been able to send a few different long shots past the recovering Mawkzy. Atow again trying to just counter quickly. Mawkzy was not going to be able to make that save. If Atow got the double, it would have connected. Atow able to evade the demo. This is a strong setup. A little bit too high to actually start a dribble, so it's going to be awkward for Mawkzy. And he actually has to back off, although decent possession here. Didn't allow Atow to take it away. Those can be pretty tough to deal with. A little pin on the post, a follow-up from Mawkzy, and a goal. Atow had boost and was shadowing near the play the whole time, but could never take it away from Mawkzy. Now it's a 2-goal lead for him. Are you just copy and pasting Zen ChatGPT? Mawkzy, interception off the wall. Wait a second, what's he doing? He tried to play it quickly, but he had a tough angle to get, I guess. Ends up just clearing it across the net. Now Atow unable to get a 50. Minute 19 on the clock. Atow definitely still within striking range as he goes for an air dribble bump. Mawkzy has made it around almost all of these. You got to give Mawkzy some credit. Normally these air dribble bumps, tough to deal with. Mawkzy's making it seem like it's not a big deal at all, as he has made it around the majority of them. A bump on Atow. This ball is going to hit backboard, so Mawkzy's going to have some time. Little camera check to see how far away he bumped Atow. Did he bump him far enough that he doesn't have to worry about him coming back? And the answer is yes. He had time to set up, and he shows him how to do it. Says, hey, you want to get a bump goal? This is how it's done. Mawkzy able to get the single jump and land on top of Atow to prevent him from being able to get up to that ball. And now Atow not going on the kickoff. I don't know if he was dropping the controller or what, but it actually worked out. He's got a decent possession here. Needs to score, so he'll probably need a reset. And he popped it a bit too high, but he got Mawkzy to miss. And that might be what matters. What happened there with Mawkzy? Another fake, another slow play. Smart from Atow to not boom the ball here, and instead just tap it over the top. What was this play, though? I don't understand. Mawkzy was right on the ball. I mean, I see myself doing that because, you know, I get caught up with whichever way my car's turned, but somehow Mawkzy just matrixed his way away from the ball. Still up 2, though. And he has boost advantage. Boost advantage often leads to the ability to be able to waste time even if you don't get your own goal. You should be able to milk the clock out, chat. And Mawkzy got a goal as well. So 3-goal lead with 13 seconds. Atow, a little fancy double in order to get his 5th goal, but isn't really possible unless Mawkzy decides to choke it away. Mawkzy wanted the double reset for the fans. But it's not going to happen. 2-1 lead for Mawkzy, though, in the series as he looks to try and get revenge. Game number 4. Mawkzy, oh, that was so greedy. He went for essentially the psycho, a grounded psycho. He was trying to chip the ball against the back wall, pre-flip into it, and launch it the length of the field, which I tell you what, that would have been insane if he did that. But he wasn't even really close. So instead, it was just an Atow goal. Atow thought he saw a moment of weakness there and dove to try and take the ball away, but Mawkzy made it back to get a decent 50. A little zap dash from Atow. It's Mawkzy to back off the ball. Now a carry, soft flick. Can he follow up with a demo? So that's probably the only way to make this worthwhile. That easy of a shot to save is going to result in an end of possession almost every time. Mawkzy attempting to keep this in the air. Maybe more so than he should have. You're always looking at a chance to get demoed when you're driving in the midfield alongside Atow, as he seems to be very willing to turn in at any moment he can. Mawkzy is going to score. It's going to be off an air-dribble 50. Only had 1 or 2 touches there, but got the important one, which was to fake Atow, force him to go high, and then fall down low to 50 it in. Atow able to grab the demo off the kickoff. Mawkzy thought he had won the race. And technically, he did. He was slightly ahead, but Atow turned and clipped the back of his car and took his boost. Mawkzy, air dribble from the back corner. A bump. Atow tried to go for the pull shot save. I think he got it earlier when Mawkzy had a slow air dribble. Atow goes for it again, flipping as he gets bumped, but not enough. Atow. Nobody really plays as aggressive as he does in these 1v1 games. I mean, we talked about Mawkzy, who's very physical, gets a lot of flack for being aggressive because, you know, there's like a collection. This is a great shot. Let's stop talking about the demos for now, because Mawkzy is showing that he's not a man who just needs demos, as he pre-flips out to this catch and uses the flip again to keep it out of Atow's reach. Saucy shot from Mawkzy, and it involved no demoing at all. But Mawkzy mostly does the follow-up demo after a shot. Atow is just looking for the demos at every single moment, and he gets them more often than I've ever seen a 1v1er gets. Mawkzy, I mean, you can't let Mawkzy get to the spot normally, but Atow does get the save. A carry in which Mawkzy gets the flick at the top left is a position you have to prevent as much as possible. Atow, ooh, just got a little bit ahead of the ball as he tried to get the counterattack and ended up hookshotting it past the net. Demo, of course, coming out onto Mawkzy as Atow sets up this dribble in style, half flipping when he did not need to, and finally connected on his bump. Mawkzy has been getting around these air dribble bumps almost every time, but off the demo, maybe doesn't have time to reposition like he would have liked. Atow trying to find a way to make an air dribble bump look cool by wave dashing and 180 flipping into the setup. Doing his best to hide the fact that it is still an air dribble bump at the end. Atow being given a carry. Mawkzy challenged just in time, even though he doesn't get ball. What happened there, Mawkzy? He was okay, I swear, but he needed to touch the ball here, and he didn't. So Atow will take his open net. Atow set up off the sidewall. Mawkzy, who accepted that setup, could not score off of it. 0 boost, so Atow will just flick with the end of it. He was actually looking for a demo. Mawkzy gets to double up by using the save to also dodge the demo. Atow takes a couple different reverses there. Missed it on the first go, reversed. Missed it again, had to reverse one more time. But ultimately, he does get to the boost, and that's what matters. He had a little bit of time to spare. Now Atow playing keep away and setting up his play back the other way so quickly. Oh, actually had the chance for the long shot, but put it too high. Mawkzy now on the carry. Couldn't get control quick enough in a place where he felt good about the pop before Atow challenged him. Now that one was a little bit telegraphed from Atow. He's been trying to go for demos all day long. Kind of got away with his Miss Psycho more than Mawkzy did earlier. 50 seconds left to go. Not an easy place to play the ball for Mawkzy, who has it all the way on his back wall. Wants the demo, doesn't get it. Has recovered in time. They double demoed each other. I can't even look at the ball because I'm looking at player POV, and they're both off the map. But the ball was not on target. Mawkzy chips it around Atow on the race back, and he's tied the game. Atow respawning so far away from the play, and I don't know what he was hoping Mawkzy was going to do. Mawkzy's coming in at max speed. It's going to be really tough for him to get a soft touch, so Mawkzy just went for a strong one, and that played perfectly into Atow's hard dive. Now 28 seconds left to go. Mawkzy just barely gets back to the ball after the missed setup. Atow, another double demo! Mawkzy is ready for him now. He's not just letting Atow get them free. Ooh, Mawkzy saved a ton of boost there. If Atow could have read that he was going to play it that slow, he might have actually had a shot, but possible to know. Although Mawkzy just gave him a free open net. Atow missed it. It's floating high. Is Mawkzy coming back or what? It seemed like Mawkzy was maybe tilting and not returning, but he ultimately does find his way back and makes the save off the backboard. There have been a couple head scratchers, it seems, from Atow when it looked like he had an open net, and instead it's going to be a Mawkzy game win. The kickoff goes in his favor. It's mirrored wave dash. Atow had been winning those into the blue half for the majority of the series, but maybe the most important one so far gets pushed into the orange half, and Mawkzy converts for a game win. But it is best of 7. So Atow has a chance to bring it back. Game number 5. It's a best of 7, and Atow's going to need 3 straight if he wants to take down Mawkzy. Atow, a couple different camera checks. Now will turtle, as he is able to easily take this one away from Mawkzy, who had an awkward landing on the steal. Two quick ones for Atow. A good sign for him going forward. Make it 3 quick ones as Atow wins another kickoff and booms it to the backboard for a double. It's funny how Twitch chat can always be relied upon to overreact as hard as possible. It does not matter what happened before the current match at all, or sometimes even the current game. Whoever won the last one is clearly better and is in a whole other league from somebody else. Somebody in chat said something like, Atow not even in Mawkzy's league after that last game, which was, by the way, an overtime winner by a single by a single goal. And then it follows up with 3 instantaneous goals at the start of the next game for Atow. And it's just like, maybe you overreacted there. I don't know, Twitch chat. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Never change. You're so predictable, Twitch chat. And that's what makes you great. With 4 minutes left to go and Atow up 4-1, it's safe to say that Mawkzy is washed and Atow's the best player in the entire world. Make it 5-1 in favor of Atow. Chalk it up. Time to hang up the sticks if you aren't the person who scored the most recent goal. Fear, you're just like Twitch chat. I don't know about that. I think I'm a little bit less reactionary. Atow with a setup off the back wall has the resets and the goal. Mawkzy gives him the nice shot. This is an unorthodox setup for Atow, who rolled it off the back wall of Mawkzy and pre-jumped it, floating, waiting for the catch. And Mawkzy was a non-believer. He did not think Atow was going to get that reset and get the height. He tried to wait for it on the ground. Mawkzy trying to go for the Flakes power slide cut. It's the Flakes cut when it's in EU. It's the King Randy cut if it's happening in USC servers. Mawkzy couldn't get to the ball. Able to dodge the demo from Atow. He's starting to recognize that Atow is always on the hunt. And he needs to be prepared. What a steal from Mawkzy. This is just going to be a clean goal. He basically got to drop every part of the controller but the boost button after he got the steal. And just fell on top of the ball for his second goal. Atow, oh my goodness. His shot denied by a Mawkzy post pinch to send it to the other side of the field. Yo, shout out the Crunch for 1 bit. Can't believe I missed that earlier. My bad. Thank you, the Crunch, for the 1 bit donation. Can we get a W donation in chat for the Crunch? Mawkzy. Mawkzy, you really tested him there. He thought for sure Atow's not going to dive. For sure if I power slide cut behind this, he'll leave, right? He won't dive all the way in. Atow has no issue diving. Atow will follow you all the way in. How can we see all the future matches? That's a great question. You can, of course, follow the stream and turn on the notifications bell. That way you won't miss any future match. Atow up 7-2 in this match as he backs off this one, and he's actually going to... no, he decided better. He thought for a second about stopping on the goal line, but Mawkzy was there, and that would not work out. Atow, another ceiling pinch attempt. This one from much farther out. As Mawkzy boxes him out, grabs the boost, and able to play through the pain of the bump. As he gets his 3rd goal, he's going to need 5 here if he wants to try and end this series in Game 5. That would be the perfect revenge that he was trying to get from Atow, who I think won the last series 4-1. You're a great streamer. Thank you, It's Lita. You're a great chatter. Love having you here. Atow really trying to get everything he could out of that air dribble. Fear, you're my dream, man. These are not paid chatters. Believe it or not, some people in chat enjoy the Fear stream. Fear has a separate account where he comments nice things about himself. No. Some people are nice, chat. Mawkzy backing off the ball here, looking for his opportunity to take it away. Atow, what was that dash? That was not it. I think he was trying to go for a zap dash, I would have to assume. I don't know if it's going to show it, but certainly flipping completely out of the play is not it. Yo, LT Fairborn, thank you for the prime. And contributing to the prime to a full-time movement. Much appreciated. Atow staying on the ball, making sure Mawkzy does not get a clean possession. Credit to Mawkzy for handling that bump and getting the exact right flip. Atow, is he going to make it back to the save? He is. He got bumped to the back wall on the air dribble. Able to reset as he landed and tapped it away. And that save was probably the save that won him this game. With 15 seconds left to go, Mawkzy is going to pop this over the top of Atow and give himself a chance on a couple kickoffs. We love Little Feer. So you guys are all just here for Baby Feer. Mawkzy on 0 boost, has to just shoot it. You never know. Maybe Atow drops his controller. But he didn't. And Atow will get game at number 5. Type 1 in chat if you're just here because you're thinking that Baby Feer might show up. Wow. So literally everyone's here. Baby Feer has been on the stream 1 time. Baby Feer has been on the stream 1 time. And yet you guys are here just in case he shows up again. He's only ever said one thing into the mic. Game number 6. Mawkzy and Atow. And this time we're watching without boost. Atow trying to get 3 games straight to finish this one off. The reset a bit slow. So Mawkzy able to make the save, who is trying to do some camera checks to see where Atow's at. He's chasing him down, decides to leave. So it will just be Atow with space. Mawkzy gets there quick enough. Didn't have enough boost to get all the way back to the ball. Decides to save some instead. Played on the ground. And ooh, Atow, he never gave up. Felt like there was a chance. Baby Feer was a superior caster. Baby Feer is a better streamer than Feer. Baby Feer has job security? Wait, what? Wait, no one has job security as a streamer. What do you mean Baby Feer has job security? He's just better in every way. Oh my goodness. That is just terrifying. Watching from Atow perspective, you just hear a bunch of chain dash coming from behind. Atow saucy with the flick, but ultimately sent it too high. Atow, another ball cam dribble. Tried to wait it out in 50 with Mawkzy. Mawkzy did not get the long shot that could have scored. It was definitely available. He had connected and put the right power on target. Atow, a little demo, and certainly he doesn't let this one fall away from him. Baby Feer is more mature than 99% of chat. He is pretty mature. Baby Feer already streaming to the same amount of people as Feer. Wait. So it doesn't count that he did it on my channel. You're giving him all the credit for that stream, even though it's still on my channel and not Baby Feer's channel. Which, of course, he's not allowed to have because he's not 13 years old. And we would never break Twitch rules. You heard it here first. Law-abiding citizens here. Mawkzy, bit of an own goal. And Atow will accept it. As Atow got the ball out ahead of Mawkzy. And he was really just trying to get something, trying to retreat, trying to see if he could maybe got it off target no matter what it was. He needed to flip, but it ended up just being an own goal. Another goal for Atow as he tries to work his way back into the series. Father Feer must not know about the secret Baby Feer streams at night when he's asleep. Baby Feer doesn't even sleep. How could he possibly have a secret stream? He's waking me up every 2 hours. At what point is he going live? How do I participate in these tournaments? I've played with Rawas and won from him. Oh, well, that's a good... I mean, we should get you an ASAP. Sky Darft. Mawkzy, air dribble bump to try and get his offense going here in this game. Atow, what a double. Nice bit of keep away. He has to get to this ball quickly if he does not want Mawkzy to be able to affect it as it's falling down to the ground. So he has to slam it, which could be an issue if you weren't someone like Atow, but he easily lines up the double and pushes the lead back to 3. A decent kickoff could extend it even more. He goes for the double jump. That's a very all-in play from him on this kickoff. I'm actually kind of surprised he did that. You have to be 100% certain that you're tapping the ball in, and double jumping to chip it to the back wall is the biggest death sentence I've ever seen if you do it on 0 boost. Atow wants to play the dribble quickly again. It's a different version of playing quickly. This time he doesn't want Mawkzy to get back into the game, and so he slams the ball off the ceiling and off the backboard as one of the fastest way to get there. And 104 km/h finish will be quick enough to not allow Mawkzy back into it. And a 6-3 lead. Half flip on the kickoff. Atow didn't hold the power slide like he needed to if he wanted to keep that momentum, but he actually just baited Mawkzy in. So maybe it was better, although credit to Mawkzy, got the save, and Atow, who was floating above the play, preparing for that save attempt, trying to pin it back down if it did go there, somehow was not able to. Mawkzy found his way around them, and now he's within 2. Atow collecting possession deep in Mawkzy's half. Started to get a carry, couldn't really get anything going. Now it's Mawkzy's turn, who sees the challenge coming and flicks over the top of it. A little pre-flip for style from Mawkzy as he taps in the 5th goal. A great read on the challenge. Mawkzy not skipping, wants to show off his pre-flip again. A minute 31. Atow into the attacking corner. Stole Mawkzy's 100. Going to chain dash out to the midfield. And Mawkzy, who's picking up some pads, is actually going to swing all the way to the back corner. Will that be a mistake? Atow not able to get the wave dash shot he probably wanted. Mawkzy makes a save and is now countering from the ceiling. Can he speed it back in time? The flip will do it. And Mawkzy will tie it 6-6. Atow doing his best to get back. But Mawkzy taking a page out of Atow's book, slamming the ball into the ceiling to keep the speed as fast as possible. Mawkzy could not steal the ball in the challenge this time around, although he did keep Atow away from the play, and now has control with a minute left to go. Rolling this in front of his net. Seems to be wanting to bait Atow in. I don't know why else he'd want to bring the ball that dangerously close to his net, and he convinced Atow to take an air dribble. And Atow just missed his reset. Oh, he almost got back. Mawkzy milked just a little bit too much. I don't know why. Maybe Mawkzy's always milking the situation. I have to say milk when Mawkzy's on. Okay, you got me. You got me. He milked that one. For every last second. Atow delay kickoff. Trying to keep this inside the box, which can be tough to do with 0 boost. You'd think he'd reset for something at some point, but wait, is a double save from Mawkzy? But he couldn't keep it out. Did Mawkzy get 2 different touches here? I want to watch this again. He jumps, yeah, makes the first touch and flips into the second for the save, but couldn't get back for the final one. 7-7 with 27 seconds. A Mawkzy gold could end the series. Atow trying to send it to game 7. Mawkzy reads the half flip, takes the ball into his own back corner. Atow is going to cover that distance and meet him there. But last time they were in this situation, Atow made the mistake of trying to go for too much on an air dribble. Just got pinned onto the side wall. Good landing. Forcing Mawkzy to make touches as he waits for his opportunity to gain possession, but that might be an opportunity that's never coming. Atow needed to save that into the corner. Dangerous play as he kept it in front of the net and has to make another save. It is overtime with a Mawkzy goal to take it all. Or will we see game 7? Atow, a kickoff win. Mawkzy just flipped way too far out of net. He recognized and recovered as best he could, but he still only has a little bit of boost to work with. Atow has to get back to this one to make the save. He does. Mawkzy on 0 still had the angle. Now Atow's going to let this fall to the ground. Has to double jump in order to protect the ball, but Mawkzy's actually still shadowed, so he will be allowed to bring the ball back down to the ground. You know Atow's looking for a demo. Pulled off of it in time to not allow Mawkzy to get the long shot. Now Atow, high pop to himself. Only 27 boost to work with, so he will back off and allow Mawkzy to get that touch. The boost doesn't spawn for either one of them. Atow is trying to be patient on his save. Went a little bit too high. Mawkzy on the half flip and gets the goal and the series. It'll be 4-2. Atow tried to be just a little bit too safe. He didn't have a read on whether or not Mawkzy was going to go up and make a play on that ball. If he had nerves of steel, he stays grounded longer and gets a stronger clear, but you have to jump there. If you don't, Mawkzy might just dunk in a shot. And Mawkzy takes it to get the revenge match, but drops one more game. Atow did it 4-1. Mawkzy hits him back with a 4-2.